Hey dreamer, welcome back to another enlightening episode on the Dreamer to Achiever channel, your channel for the skills, strategies, and encouragement to make your dreams come true. I'm your host, Ann Welch, and today we are diving into an incredibly important topic that will transform how you think and approach your goals. Get ready to shatter those limiting beliefs as we unravel the incredible world of thinking traps and develop strategies to avoid them. Have you ever found yourself caught in a loop of negative thoughts or self-doubt? Maybe even patterns that are affecting you negatively that you just can't seem to break out of? Well, my friend, if you are struggling to break free from any of those, then it's possible you're caught in a thinking trap. Don't worry, you are not alone. Even some of the most successful people have at times in their lives fallen prey to those tricky thinking traps. What exactly are thinking traps? Imagine them as invisible pitfalls that cloud your judgment, making it challenging to see things objectively and hindering your progress towards your dreams. They're like snares or nets that keep you stuck, preventing you from taking the necessary actions to achieve what you desire most. Now, you might be thinking, how can I avoid these thinking traps? Well, don't worry, dreamer. I've got you covered. So, grab your journal, get comfortable, and let's begin our journey to unlock your full potential and achieve your dreams. Remember, the journey is not always smooth. There are bumps along the way. But with the right mindset and the right tools that we'll uncover together, there will be nothing to stop you from achieving those dreams. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so that you won't miss out on any video in this series. Stay tuned and let's get to it. In today's video, we're going to give you an overview of some of the thinking traps that you might come across. At the end of the video, I will share with you a stellar strategy that will help you break free from any thinking trap you encounter. I have to admit that many times I don't even notice when I am using or caught in a thinking trap. Thinking traps can be so mysterious and sneaky that it's hard to be aware of them. Here are a few common thinking traps. Black and white thinking. Black and white thinking is a kind of all or nothing thinking that gets us stuck. When we're caught in black and white thinking, it's really hard to see the gray areas in life. Here's an example. If one thing goes wrong during your day, then you had a horrible day. Is that really true? But sometimes we fall into the trap of thinking that way. With black and white thinking, you can have an argument with your boyfriend or girlfriend and say to yourself, we never get along. These types of overgeneralizations really interfere with your relationships or the way you think about certain things. Dark glasses. When you use dark glasses, you always see the negative in things. It's the opposite of those rose-colored glasses that you've heard about that I'll address next. When you wear these dark-colored glasses, all you see are the bad things and you can't see any of the good things that are going on around you. This can lead to some serious problems with hopelessness and maybe even depression. So if you find yourself using this thinking trap all the time, you might consider talking to a professional about it or a trusted adult. When you wear rose-colored glasses, you only see the positive in things. Back in the day when I was growing up, we had a movie called Pollyanna, and this type of thinking was often joked around about is being Pollyanna thinking. Pollyanna was someone who never gave up hope and never stopped seeing the good in things. However, Pollyanna did not ignore the bad things. She did not pretend that they weren't there. She just put her energy into the positive. Unlike Pollyanna, when we wear those rose-colored glasses, we're really ignoring the things that are problems in our lives. Another thinking trap is personalization. Personalization, or making it personal, is when you're saying, yep, it's all about me. This can come across to other people as you being all that in a bag of chips. But this is actually quite serious, because if everything's about you, this is how that thinking spirals and you sink deeper into that trap. If you call a friend and say, hey, I'd like to get together, are you free? And they say, oh no, my mom asked me to do chores. Then if it's all about you, you might say, oh, that person doesn't want to hang out with me, or, that person doesn't like me. It's not that they're busy, it's that there's something wrong with you. And that's where we get into trouble with this thinking trap. It could also be something good. Sandy aced a test. Oh yeah, she aced that test because I helped her study. I got that A for her. She didn't do it on her own. I'm using extreme examples, but this kind of thinking does slip into our brains every once in a while. I want to be clear that this affects everybody. We all experience thinking traps at some point. However, we need to become aware of them and figure out what to do about them so they don't interfere with our pursuing our dreams and making and maintaining connections with people. There are two thinking traps that are very similar. As I said, many of them seem linked or they kind of overlap. Here's a good example of that: fortune telling and mind reading. In mind reading, we're putting thoughts in other people's heads. We're deciding that we know what they're thinking without them even telling us. This is very dangerous because we actually aren't mind readers and we don't know what they're truly thinking. Say you're at a fair and you walk past a friend and your friend doesn't even look at you. Oh, I know that friend didn't look at me because that friend isn't really my friend. They don't like me. They're thinking that I'm stupid. They're thinking that I'm weird. Well, they didn't say that, They may not have even seen you, but we're putting thoughts into our head, pretending that we can read other people's minds. Fortune telling is predicting what will happen in the future in a way that it interferes with you being able to pursue your dreams effectively or with those connections with other people. Say a project is due in school, or you have a project that you need to complete for your boss and you dawdled and now you're rushing at the end to get it done. Well, let's say that project went very well and your boss is thrilled. Whoa, good job. Using fortune telling, you might say, I can wait till the last minute for any project and I'll ace it. That's fortune telling. You don't know that will really happen. Another thinking trap is the blame game. The blame game is a thinking trap where you assign blame to everybody else but yourself. Let's say you decided to stay up really late. In fact, you stayed up so late that it was hard to get up the next morning for work or for school. Instead of taking responsibility for that, you say, oh, I'm overtired because I had to get up to go to work. Is it your work's fault that you're overtired? All right, that's been a pretty extensive overview of some thinking traps. Please understand that I've given very clear and sometimes exaggerated examples. Thinking traps can be a lot sneakier. However, I think it's time that we moved on to our Stellar strategy. The stellar strategy that I have for you today is one strategy, and this strategy works for all thinking traps. Are you ready to the key to unlock these thinking traps and set you free? You may have even heard this expression, the truth shall set you free. The truth is what you need. So it's important to be aware that you're even in a thinking trap or that you might be in a thinking trap. And then check your thinking against the truth. When I fall into thinking traps that involve other people, I ask them. I have to trust what they say. If I ask my friend why we couldn't get together on a specific day, and my friend says, oh, because I had to do something for work, or I had to do something with my family, it's important to trust that. You don't know what your friend is thinking or feeling. And the only way to find out is to honestly ask. Another example of finding the truth. My son asks to play a game with me and I say yes. I run out of time to do the paper or the video that I wanted to complete. Oh, it's all his fault. If he hadn't asked me to play the game. Stop. Is that true? What's the truth of this situation? Well, the truth is, I'm an adult. I can decide whether or not I have time to play a game. And am I really going to blame someone for wanting to spend some time with me? But often it's easier to blame others than to look at what I need to do differently. Remember, thinking traps happen to everyone. They're all around and they sneak in when we least expect it. So be aware. Use stellar strategy number 1. Look for the truth. And most importantly, keep on dreaming. Bye for now.